What's up YouTube, Shawn DaGamer here, and today, as you can tell by the title of the video, we're going over NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. Every time I say TakeOver, I want to say Brooklyn, because that's where all the good ones are. Not saying all the other ones are bad, because there has never been a bad NXT TakeOver. They've all been at least 4 stars or higher when it comes to match quality and a whole overall show. Some probably like 3.5 star, especially like early last year when they gutted NXT. But since around this time last year, WrestleMania season, up until now, they have completely rebranded NXT with all of the newer talent and talent that was left over from the gutting from last year. But I expect this to be a really good show. We have 4 matches on the main card and probably 1 on the pre-show that was just announced earlier this week thanks to Triple H and his press conferences, or conference calls I should say. The only press conference we got this week was Vince announcing the XFL, which I have no interest in. I'm not that big of a football fan unless there's Roteo dip and wings involved. So we're not really going to cover that on the channel. So if you're looking for anybody else to cover that, you can go to your JDs, your Russell Talks, your Steve Larsons and things like that. But me personally, I'm not a football fan, so I'm not really going to cover that. So NXT lately has been really good. The last set of tapings came from Atlanta, which I could not go to because I was either like back and forth, hospital for myself or my mom, or just busy or tired, so I couldn't make it. But I really wish I did, because that set looked really good and they had a lot of interesting things happen. So I just think that would have been a really fun experience. But I'm still waiting for TakeOver Atlanta to happen, and when that happens, I don't care. It's gonna be on a Saturday anyways, but I'm gonna go. Even if I have to sneak into the place, I will go. So let's jump into this. We have the first match, which I'm presuming will be on the pre-show. Cassius Ohno versus the Velveteen Dream, Patrick Clark. Ohno, what was his real name? Or not his real name, but his name on the indie circuit. I always forget. Whatever. What is his name? I always do this. Something Clay, or I keep wanting to say Cassius Clay, but that's Muhammad Ali. But you know what I'm trying to say. What was his name? I always forget, and then as soon as the recording is over, I'm going to remember. But that's not why we're here. Cassius Ohno versus Velveteen Dream. Last time we saw these two on pay-per-view, I believe, was last month or whenever the last thing. Well, I think it was last month, Survivor Series, or 2 months ago. Ohno was facing Lars Sullivan, which he lost, and the Velveteen Dream had that great match with Alistair Black, match of the year candidate for me, top 5 matches of all of last year, just because of the simple storyline that was so good. Cassius, he's been enhancement talent along the lines of Almas, Lorcan, Dillinger, those people. So he's just in a really bad, really awkward positions from when he came back, but that does not take away from his actual abilities in the ring. So I feel like he's going to lose this match, and then we might see him pop up in the Rumble or over the next couple of weeks on the main roster somehow. So I do think the Velveteen Dream is going to win this, just because he's over. He's really over, and that's really evident from that last set of tapings, or that last show before this pay-per-view, when it was him versus Gargano, and the crowd was literally split 50-50. Let's go Dream, let's go Johnny. So I really think he's going to go over in this match with that Purple Rainmaker. Probably, I like his elbow more than I like Kyrie's elbow. So I really think the Velveteen Dream is going over in this match. Then we're going to go into the tag team title situation, where we have the Undisputed Era, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly versus AOP, Authors of Pain, for the tag team champions. Last TakeOver they did, was it? No, it wasn't a TakeOver. Was it TakeOver they won those belts, or was it on one of those weekly episodes. I can't remember, but they won the belts recently, and now they're defending against AOP. This one can go either way, but I want the Undisputed Era to win, just because I can see Adam Cole winning the title before WrestleMania or at WrestleMania weekend to become NXT World Champion. But the thing about, okay, we'll talk about it later, but I want Undisputed Era to win. We're going to leave it at that. And I don't want to say hope, because remember last year, or maybe like 2 years ago, when we used to talk about NXT call-ups, and it's like, oh, I hope they go to SmackDown, because SmackDown is going to treat them right. And then SmackDown, ever since Vince McMahon decided to take control, I believe it was, if this is WrestleMania 34, we're coming up on WrestleMania 32. SmackDown was really, really good right before the brand split just happened. SmackDown was better than Raw, and Vince started taking creative control over everything, and then ever since then, SmackDown has not been the same. So you don't, when people get called up, it's hard to say I want them to go here and I want them to go there. The Raw tag division needs AOP a lot more, but I'm afraid of how they'll use them. But at the same time, since they're not like smaller guys like the Revival, Ty Dillinger, or like the American Alpha, these are like big guys, you know, more up Vince's wheelhouse. I can see them going to Raw, but I do not see them winning back the NXT Tag Team Championships. So we're going with the Undisputed Era on that. How are they going to win? Might be some shenanigans. They might get counted out, DQ, but I see them, because both of their finishing moves, Chasing the Dragon and the other one, I forgot the name of the other one, they're like meant for guys around their size or a little bit bigger. But we're talking about AOP, both of these guys are like 400 pounds a piece, over exaggerating. But it's going to be hard to see Undisputed Era pull off a move like the two that they have, unless, a miracle happens or one of them just goes Super Saiyan Blue or something. So Undisputed Era are my picks to win this match. Then we go on to the women's championship match. Ember Moon, your defending champion, against Shayna Baszler, this newcomer to NXT. Thing about Shayna Baszler is she has the MMA background, and she was like in Shimmer. She was in Shimmer with what's her name? Nicole Savoy, and what's the other girl? It was her, Nicole Savoy, and somebody else, and they were like a little tandem. But we haven't really seen Nicole Savoy since the Mae Young Classic. But anyways, what I was saying is Baszler, she's green, but she's not a complete rookie. She does have wrestling experience, but she's still learning the WWE way. Thing about that is, like I was saying about the tag teams, they need more women on the main roster, and Ember Moon is seasoned in her in-ring ability. Her promos and stuff still need work. I've never liked Ember Moon on the mic, but her in-ring, I can't deny how good she is. So it leaves me in a really hard position to pick Ember Moon, because she just won the belt, but that doesn't mean anything. So I could see Shayna Baszler winning this match, and then Ember Moon entering the Women's Royal Rumble tomorrow night, because they said, from what I remember hearing, there's 18 spots on the main roster. It was 19. Paige is injured. She's not going to be in it. So you're going to have majority of the women from the main roster in there. There's going to be like 6 or 7 spots for NXT women. So I'm thinking Ember Moon, the Iconic Duo, which we haven't seen in a couple of weeks either. You can put like the Ember Moon, Iconic Duo. Who else can you put in there from NXT? You can probably put like Aaliyah's kayfabe injured. No, that's not Aaliyah. That's Dakota Kai, kayfabe injured. You can probably have Ronda appear, but they need to fill bodies. And I think Ember Moon is a good body to fill in there. So we have. I'm going to go with Baszler. I'm going to go with Shayna Baszler to win. She might not win the belt, but I'm just going to go with her to win. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. But 50-50, Shayna's going to win. 51-49, she'll win the belt. So we're going to do it like that. Because this is a hard one to pick. Like I said, because if this Women's Royal Rumble wasn't happening, I can see Amber winning by Shayna getting disqualified and then Ember still taking the belt. But do you just want to have Ember as your NXT champion go into the Royal Rumble to lose it maybe like halfway through? So I don't know about that one. That's the whole confusing situation on that. So maybe the whole Women's Rumble tomorrow will be a little bit more clear after tonight. Maybe they'll announce a few more names over the course of today and tomorrow, so we can have a little bit more understanding on that. And there will be a Royal Rumble review coming up probably early tomorrow morning as well. So now we're going to go into the next match, which is a Extreme Rules match, and some people are believing will be also number one contendership. Alistair Black versus Adam Cole. This is another kind of tricky one because technically speaking, Alistair Black has already been pinned for Gargano to get his number one opportunity tonight. And that was because of Adam Cole. So now we have this Extreme Rules match happening, and I can kind of see Adam Cole winning this match and Alistair Black, because he's been down there since he debuted last year at the not the Cruiserweight Classic, the UK tournament, when he was still Tommy N. He did that one match against, who did he face? I think he actually faced Almas. It was him versus Almas, and he won, if I'm not mistaken. But Alistair Black, he can go anywhere and be great, because that's just he's that damn good. Like, Alistair Black is just fun to watch. Those flips, those kicks, you never know when that black mass is going to hit somebody. But you got Adam Cole, baby, leading the Undisputed Era, and if you want to keep them on this train of dominance that they've been on, you have to have O'Reilly and Fish win, and you have to have Cole win. So I'm just going to go with Adam Cole to win this match, and maybe we can see Alistair Black surprise us in the Royal Rumble. And the last match on this card is Andrade Cien Almas with Zelina Vega, Thea Trinidad. She will forever and always be Thea Trinidad to me. So we're going to keep calling her Thea. Versus Johnny Gargano. Whew! This match, we've seen these two go at it 2 times before, and almost through shenanigans has beaten Johnny Gargano. So is the third time going to be the charm for Gargano is the real question. The lingering factor about this whole Gargano storyline, especially with Almas and Vega, I just said I was going to keep calling her Thea Trinidad, and I just called her Vega. With him and Vega versus Gargano, that one thing that has been keeping Gargano distracted from beating Almas is that Tommaso Ciampa factor. And if I've been reading correctly and seeing correctly, he is cleared for a return either this month, tonight, or in the next couple of weeks. So we could see we could see Ciampa either cost Gargano the match to start a feud between those two, but I would really, really love to see Gargano win this, get the belt, and then Almas goes up to SmackDown, because I think, even what I was saying earlier, he'll be a perfect fit on SmackDown, because if you put him on Raw, he's just going to end up in the Cruiserweight division. Oh my god. I just had the scariest thought ever. Now, here's one. You take the belt off Almas and put it on Gargano. And then they were saying that they're going to put a new GM on 205 Live. What if it's Vega and she brings Almas with her and he becomes the new Cruiserweight champion? And then they're just running roughshod over 205 Live. Which could be fun because they've gotten rid of all the dead weight. Kalisto, Enzo, who else is there? Anybody else that's not either Aries or Alexander or Aries, Alexander, Neville. Who else is there that they're not using? You have like people like Tony Nese and all these people who have become irrelevant thanks to what's been going on with 205 Live and how they've been booking it. So you can have Cedric is on poor Cedric. Cedric has been on this cursed streak trying to get the Cruiserweight title. Literally every time he was supposed to face Enzo for that belt, something happened with Enzo. Either he got hurt, he was sick, he got suspended, they wouldn't let him in the building, and now he's fired. So we've never really got that Cedric Alexander versus Enzo Amore match for the Cruiserweight belt. And you guys are like, this is NXT. Why are you talking about 205 Live? Because, like I was just saying, they need a new general manager for 205 Live. That can be Vega. Then you can have Almas come in and screw Cedric Alexander again. And then you can have this storyline literally play up all the way to WrestleMania, and where Cedric Alexander finally gets the belt off of Almas and finally captures that Cruiserweight championship. And that could be a great storyline if done right. All that being said, I want Gargano to win. Like I said, that underlying factor in all of this is Tommaso Ciampa. Is he going to show up tonight? And if he does, is he going to be physically involved during the match and cost Gargano? Which I can... the heat Ciampa would get tonight if he came in at the last second. Gargano has in the either the Gargano escape or he just hit almost with that long dart. He's about to go in with a super kick or something to end it, and then all of a sudden Tommaso Ciampa's music hits. He's distracted again, and then Almas just drops him with that double underhook DDT, that hammerlock DDT, and just screws him over. So this can go either way, but something is telling me to go Gargano winning the belt. Because I feel like it's just the right thing to do. Especially now, Gargano's over. Andrade and Vega, they're over his heels. But I can just see that whole situation that I just told you about 205 Live playing out the way I thought it would. But that's just one of those things that has to be seen. Because I don't know if there's any... Let me check my sources real quick. When I say my sources, I mean NoDQ.com. To see if there's any more information on Ciampa or any returns. But while I do that, just know that's about it for they're doing a women's elimination chamber. Okay, I see that more than the Royal Rumble. But anyways, that's about it. I don't see anything. I don't feel like looking up anything else right now. So if anything else happens, I'll probably tweet about it. So follow me on Twitter, linked in the description below, along with Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. And everything else that I use is also in the description down below. So be sure to follow. Share the video with your friends so they can get in on the discussion as well. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're on the road to 1K. We're about to be doing this heavy. I'm debating on if I want to try to live stream tonight or do like a live reaction or something. I'm gonna try to work that out. So one more rundown on the card without all of these silly talking points. So Ono versus Dream, I'm going Dream. The Era versus Pain, I'm going with the Era. Moon Baszler, I'm going Baszler. Black Cole, I'm going Cole. And Almas Gargano, hesitantly going Gargano, winning the NXT Championship. Another thing that I just thought about, we saw Gargano holding the belt at the end of NXT this week. And most of the time when that happens, most of the time, the person who does that doesn't walk away with the belt. So that's another thing that's scaring me. I can see almost winning, but I can also see that scenario playing out. There's like 3 different things that can happen in this match. So I'm really just looking forward to seeing what can actually happen. But as I said in my prediction, I'm going with Gargano. I like how I said we're going to do that with no extra talking, and I just extra talked. But with all that being said, I am Shawn DaGamer, and I am out of here.